Builder's biggest problem, biggest nightmare, where's the water come from? Most of the time, if you were to go through all the companies and their maintenance requests, the two areas is showers and balconies. The biggest issue with the balconies is usually you've got your balcony joists, they'll put on a compressed sheet, they'll membrane it, waterproof it, put the tiles on top. Water gets through the grout lines, goes underneath, goes onto the membrane. You can get movement in the frame, in the substructure. Who knows what happens with that? It can potentially, rip that membrane apart, rip that bandage, and then water starts getting through. So regulation sometimes will say, okay, this is what you need to do, but at the end of the day, you can't beat the experience of being out on site all the time. Not someone that's behind with a pen and paper telling you this is how it needs to be done. If we can see an improvement, we can understand where that water's coming from and where the risk is, we'll then try and improve it. We spoke about, the importance of these miters. If you're going to get movement, usually they're going to show up in those miters, aren't they, Laurie? Most of the time. With movement, they usually want to show up in the miters. So you want to make sure that those miters are nice and tight, glued well. What Laurie will do as he's going through, he'll go through each one on his fixed right up, close that door and make sure that he's got an even margin at the top of the door head and down the side of it. When the plaster's finished, it's sort of done at the same time as the fix. So fix inspection and then a final inspection before we present it to the client. We'll then walk through the entire home, mark up any bits and pieces that we think to meet our standard, and then we'll present that to the clients.